Hello everyone, my name is Magdala Ramirez and I come from the Maya Mexica tradition. I'm so very happy to be with you today. There is so much going on in the world, so much going on in the cosmos. Actually, it is a very powerful wave. In our tradition, we are in this trecena, that means the 13 days, and the wave is exquintly, means dog, means love in the way that people relate with love. And at the same time, when we see that reflection in the outside, we see a lot of messages of cosmic rays, magnetism, the sun. We have messages about earthquakes too. We have messages of star beings being everywhere in the world, downloading many situations and very much helping to prepare the people to a higher understanding of themselves. Love is the most powerful energy in the multiverse. And we have so many episodes about it. So many episodes that it will show you how you are love. That fountain that never ends. That fountain that has many, 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 many directions. And yet the understanding of love, it is imperative at this time. For it is love what it heals. It is love what it connects. It is love what it makes you grow. It is love what it creates the path. It is love in every single aspect in your life. It is love what it creates the lessons for you. It is all about love. And you are love. It's not like you need to learn how to love yourself. It is the awakening of that revelation within you. And yet it is still bombarded by all these wrong beliefs from the system about a script in how you're gonna love, how you're gonna relate with love with all your relations. And everything is changing. You don't need to follow a script. And it has been that way in everywhere in the world. For the intrusion of that patriarchal system and limitations and enslavement, it has been everywhere in the world. But finding your way in this very, very abstract world, very beautiful abstract world where you remember and remember who you are and remember that you don't need to follow any script anymore. You see, the scripts in every relation, it was designed to keep on enslaving you and enslaving people around you, people that you love so much, people that you care so much. And that script, it has been just making you bounded in the third and fourth dimensional reality and not understanding this new world that we are stepping in and the whole new creations. It is changing. It is working into it in a very, very deeply manner. It is up to you to realize who you are and how to move those scripts. How does this start within yourself? We talked about this in previous episodes, about how that neural network inside of you, those little circles that you have, even when the wrong beliefs are, how the things need supposed to be, you create those expectations, you are fomenting that pain and suffering through those relations, thinking that people are not following their script, those laws created by men, those understandings of those laws, thinking that that was the only way of love. And is far away from the truth. The true human being understand love as freedom. For love is free. It has always been free. And that freedom that you have always been, it is the recognition of absolutely the whole creation is in freedom too. That connection of love, that communication that it is taking place right now, even with the cosmic brothers and sisters, it is being shared through that love that you are. The awareness of love, it is imperative at this time because of those communications. So how do this is working? You have this incredible spirit, so powerful, that when you see another spirit, those spirits are so quick in that communication. They embrace each other. They understand the unity that you are. They communicate immediately that by that time that you go literally and embrace that person, it is just making it official. Because that embracement already have happened to those spirits. All in this beautiful communication that you have always had. So how does this work? Well, you're receiving a vibration. And that vibration inside of you is being translated into a language that you can understand. It can be English, it can be Spanish, but it is you the one that it is translating. And as you know, many things are being lost in that translation. The understanding of that purity, of that vibration, it is very, very important because in that way there is not too many things that it get lost in that translation. It is your ability to raise your consciousness, to raise your frequency range, to tap into this understanding and this knowledge. And the ability that you have in that abstract world to put it in an organized way, that you can actually put it on this new teaching, this new understanding. And you're doing all this because of love. That neural network that it has been limiting you and it has been enslaving you for such a long time through your thoughts, through the way that you relate, through that obsession about the world of the form instead of the world of the inside where everything is being created. It is really moving into a new understanding that it is also being support. There is these parts of your brain that you remember exactly who you are and why you're here. And the experiences that you're having, it is about you to learn about those experiences and not becoming those experiences through that identification. And that has to do about the way that you relate. Love has no boundaries. Love has no time and space. It has not bounded by absolutely anything. It is up to you to embrace this new understanding of love. It is up to you to relate with all these new changings that the planet is giving you. For she's also giving you the next octave of the evolution of the human being. And it is up to you if you want to dance with this new wave that it is bringing so many changes inside of you, so much revelations inside of you, so much new creations, a new conception. Can you conceive yourself as a higher being that you have always been? And I am saying higher beings through the perception of that third and fourth dimensional reality that it was so deeply installed in you. But that higher being is more natural. It is much more of who you are for real. Healing those relations, it really creates this incredible freedom, including the most powerful relation, the relation of men and women, because that it is your balance, your understanding of the feminine and masculine within your own self. We have been talking about this for such a long, long time in this radio talk, and I want you to find those podcasts that we have, because this first door of this new door, it is that balance of the male and female. Balance is always there, yet it is a lot to clean. And as you begin to clean one side, immediately is being reflected in the other side. It is all about that love and unity that you have in your feminine and masculine. For such a long time, they told you that you needed to go and search for love. And that was a lie, for you have always been love. The divine feminine is longing so much for that divine masculine. At the same time that divine masculine, it is also longing for that divine feminine. The time of the separation is over. That time where it was about a war of the male and female, it's over. For all it is stepping up into a higher consciousness of who you are. These energies are within your own self, and yet you are seeing it reflected in the outside too. There is so much distortions and so much to heal in the male way, as it is also in the feminine way. For such a long time, it was that programming installed from the system that it creates so much division, so people could never find their key. They thought that it has to do in the outside world and not in that inside world. The divine masculine, it is awakening to and recognizing who they are in their position in the universe, a sacred place that they have in the universe, just as it is that beautiful divine feminine, that she is the one that it is leading the way, for she has always recognized herself as love. There is all these emotions involved in it. Some emotions wants to unite, and some emotions wants to repel because of the fear of that bonding, because of the fear of love. As I am telling you, the separation of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, it's over. It is a new way to relate in this outside world, and this powerful relation. It is getting into that healing mode, willing to make the work, willing to jump and recognize love as the greatest bonding ever, for it is within yourself. The patriarchal system, it is ceasing to exist, because it is up to you, within you, if you keep on giving your power to the patriarchal system, or bringing back your power that it was stolen from you. And you can declare how to bring that power back into you. But you also must realize in what way you have been taking the power from others, even when it's being offered. Even when it is so being offered, you need to refuse to take that power because you understand that it is only that program, that it is operating the one that offers that power away. And enslavement in what it creates is a big, big distortion that it will end into suffering and pain. You know that pain and suffering, it creates an identification. It creates this way that you will be manipulable and controllable by the system. And when you understand pain and suffering in a different way, without the identification, you use these emotions as a stepping stone. And we have big, big, big episodes too, so many episodes talking about how to use the emotional body as a stepping stone. You are a sensitive being. That sensitivity, it helps you to open your senses as it meant to be, not through the limited senses that they tell you that you have, but the true senses, those senses that it has no filters anymore, willing to see far beyond of what you are used to see. And when you are able to realize where you are standing now in this beautiful world that the ancestors called the world of the enchanted flower, that from some other traditions, like Christianity, call the kingdom of heaven, it makes you remember how to relate in this freedom without the script, without the fear. There is so much of that commotion about you might lose your people that you love so much if they can see you who you are. Thinking, oh, you might lose your children, you might lose your husband or your wife, you might lose something, and that it is a lie. True love can never be lost. True love always, as I was telling you, it is not bounded by time. It is not bounded by lifetimes. It is not bounded by the limitations of your senses. Don't be afraid of losing anybody because you can't lose what it really belongs to you. It was a big message in the past ceremony about everything is going to back to the original owner. Means your original vibration. It is coming back into you that it has always been. But when I say it is coming back means you're gonna be aware, the awareness of that realization of the self. And all this power that you have been giving away because of fear, it is coming back into you. And you need this power. And maybe you will need some lessons of how to manage the power and how to understand this power, that it comes from the one that created you. And as it is, everything of the creation, of the original creation, it is for the highest good of everyone. You are a blessing for the whole world. You are for the highest good of everyone. And that, of course, includes you and your little world too. This wave of love, it is showing human being this beautiful connection that you have within yourself with the one that created you, and it is guiding you, not in circles, but the understanding the new human being that you are, embracing who you are for real. I want to remind you that we have a school online with so much spiritual work. And I want you to join us in this beautiful, beautiful school of ascension. The school of ascension that it is within your own self. For it is you the only one that you need to reach. You can find more information in my website, magdalas.com. That is magdalas.com. And send me an email. We have been receiving so many questions for so many people in how to break that identification, how to relate with your emotional body without identifying with it. I want you to keep on sending all your questions, and we will have very soon an episode answering all these beautiful questions. That the question of one, it is the question of the many. I also want to remind you our app, our first app, Messages from the Great Mother, that you can find it in your phone. It has been so beautiful to realize all these perfect synchronicities of the messages. I am so happy to share with you. And we have limitations in this podcast about the time and the space. And I know that this episode, it might search so many questions. Please write it down and send it to us. Know that I love you and I can feel you inside of me. Thank you for your work. So, so thankful for that. We are co-creating and understanding this new world together. I am you. I am Magdala.